What it do, what it do, what it do. I already know what this is. June Heat. Heat TV. If I seem a little lethargic right now because I'm very much so aggravated. But this topic has been on my mind all day, so I have to get it out. I was approached by someone who, well, not approached, but I was written online by somebody from the last video who wanted me to explain what I was saying in the video about the 5 restraints and constraints, handcuffs, if you will. So, with that being said, that is the title for this show. The 5 constraints, restraints, handcuffs of life, mentally, physically, emotionally. I mean, if you want to take this as fact, you can. If you want to take this as a theory, you can. If you want to take this as just my opinion, you can. But I see from my journey to being conscious, if you will, it's 5 constraints in life. And this is not the sidekick today. I'm just, I'm finna bring out the sidekick, man. Hold on 1 second. But the 5 constraints of life I found to be, hold on, let me. There you go. Anyway, 5 constraints. Five constraints of life, in my opinion, is gonna always keep you in the proverbial box, if you will. The first one, we have absolutely no control over because it was created a long time ago, and it's suffice to say you can't change that. You can't rid that out of your mind because it's been stamped in your mind, and that's time. Time is a constraint on your mind. The second one, race. I'm elaborate. I'm just go through them first. The third one, religion. Obvious. The fourth one is gender. And the fifth one, sexual orientation. All right, let me go through these real quick. Time is a restraint because from the minute you're born is something that's put in you. It's put on you. You get what I'm saying? It's put on you. Well, I mean, what else would you want me to elaborate on that? It's time. It's a constraint in itself. Like we living in this thing where it's 12 months in a year, 30 or 31 days in a month, 24 hours in a day. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a constraint. People tend to run their mind crazy because they are running out of time. A constraint on your mind. So it's really, I mean, just think about it. If you really think about it, you will understand what I'm saying right now, and I won't have to elaborate. I gave you a few examples, like the you know what I'm saying, it's obvious. So let me move on to race. Race is a constraint on your mind. And no, I'm not just talking to blacks. No, I'm not just talking to whites. I'm talking to all the races. It's a constraint on your mind. Just okay. Take for example, white is a white man somewhere watching basketball, and he's like, "Damn, those boys jump high. Damn, they jump high. Damn, he's strong." And he looks at the white guy that's out there. He's like, he might be strong. He can jump a little bit, but he's not as high as those guys. Constraint. Because there is some hopping white people out here. They just aren't being showcased. There's some people that are fucking strong as oxes out here. They just don't get showcased. If you running by what sports and in the media and social media and everything else tells you, as far as physically, being white is is inferior to blacks. Some would say. No. It's all about individual work ethic. If you want to be fucking strong, all you have to do is get strong. Is no color that's going to stop you from being fast. There's no color that's going to stop you from being strong. There's no color that can stop you from being smart. Is no restraint on you. That thought of that is the restraint. Hence why I say race is a restraint and a constraint and a handcuff. You see it every day. I'm a superhuman. That's what race I'm in. A person that understands the whole grand scape from the outside looking in. You get what I'm saying? So yes, race. Whether you from the white supremacists to the Black Lives Matter to it doesn't matter. It's a constraint on your mind that refuses you to see people as humans and as equals, as somebody who's flesh and blood just like you. Moving on. Or should I, like, do I have to elaborate on that? Like, it's no need. It's an obvious restraint. It's two type of crimes out here that I really feel for. And it's two type of victims out here, I mean. It's any child abuse case or any hate crime case. Because to be killed, hurt, maimed, disabled, but just because of the color of your skin or something about you, that's heinous, cowardly. It's just, it is what it is. It's cowardly, man. Moving on. Religion. Constraint on your mind. From the very beginning, it molded you. It molded us all, honestly. Because nobody's born. People have to make a decision to be atheists. That's not something people are born with, because whoever your parent is, or however your mind works or worked when you was younger to accept things as what they are or what society say they are. Religion was put in your mind. You have to make a decision to be atheist. You have to make a decision not to believe in what everybody else is believing. So religion is a constraint on your mind because it locked you in this thought of, of this savior that's coming to save us all soon. Nah. This shit gonna go on and 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 on. Life never, life, why would life end? In that case, why would it begin? You get what I'm saying? So, religion is a constraint. It won't allow you to think outside of the story that was told of how this all began. You can't even venture. You won't let your mind venture because you think it's blasphemous to even think outside of what the Bible said, how all of this started. And because I'm not religious, I'm going to move on because you don't want to get me started on religion. But gender, very much a constraint. It's a gender war going on every day because of the roles put in place by whoever shaped society, or whoever wanted these rules. There's turmoil everywhere because of this. Gender wars, they go on every day. Men and women cannot see eye to eye. Two humans can. But a man and a woman, never gonna see eye to eye. And then that's because the roles and mindset and characteristics of a man has been given to you. The roles and characteristics and all that of a woman has been given to you. So when you have to act outside of those characteristics and like when a man gets emotional, people say, "Oh, you acting like a woman." You was made from a man and a woman. Everybody was made from a man and a woman. So therefore, you're going to have woman characteristics. You're going to have male characteristics. It's how you shape your mind. Society shaped us all. But eventually, if you're like me, you become uber curious to the point where you have to venture outside of what the fuck society told you was right. So I had to. I felt trapped in the box. Hence why I come with all this. Gender's a big, big constraint. That's why there's the stigma of a woman and the stigma of a man right now. Because we've been put in a role that everybody should have these characteristics. It should be adults take care of kids, not the man take care of the woman and the kids. What does it look like for a man to have to beat his body to death out here working only to give his money to a woman and be stressed and unhappy when we both can be happy? Put our thing in to make sure the bills and shit paid and everything 50-50 down the line, and money not be a stress at all in a relationship. But nah, the role says the man is supposed to do this, the man's supposed to do this, the woman's supposed to do this, the woman's supposed to do that. Therefore, when your mind is trapped and you feel like venturing outside of what a man is supposed to be, or what a woman is supposed to be. Hence the conflict in the mind. Why you think it is women are going crazy out here because it's unladylike, so to speak, to be highly sexual and upfront with how you feel. So therefore you try to be sneaky and try to be a hoe and all this. Like, no. Like, if to tell the truth, it would be way less single moms. It would be way less bitter females out here if y'all would just admit when you find a dude, or when a dude pursues you, or however it happens. Y'all need to start doing that too, pursuing. But when it happens, you can't distinguish in your mind whether it's just a sexual connection, a sexual yearning, or do I really want to be with this person? So you end up falling in love off of sex. Now you out here bitter because the nigga never wanted to be with you, or the female never wanted to be with you. They just wanted your sex and your convenience at the time. Like, if you can admit that to yourself, that we were made to give, like, yo, ain't nothing, your vagina is not all that precious that it can't be given out when you see fit. Which is why women monetize their vagina now. Like, it's basically for sale, because if a man don't have money, he can't get no pussy. It's a constraint, man. It constrain you. You see it every day. Females going crazy, bitter as shit. No, the niggas ain't shit. But just won't admit to herself, like, I was just made to fuck him. You know what I'm saying? Or I was just made to fuck her. Instead, you trick yourself into believing you can get along and you can stay along with this person until it just end bad and both of y'all bitter. And the more scars you receive like that, those heartbreaks, they add up and you just become bitter, and it changes you. It constrains you. Moving on. The sexual orientation. Wow. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because of the climate of society. I'm not trying to offend nobody. But it is a constraint. Like, I really can't go into detail on how it's a constraint because it's obvious. Like, so some things, some of these are obvious, but people just choose to gloss past them. Like, and I'm not saying like sexual orientation as far as, straight people having homosexual feelings, and I ain't talking about all that. I'm talking about as far as your sexual orientation determining how you move, like how your life is. You get what I'm saying? Sex is an act. How they say, break it down, the sacred energy exchange is an act. But because of the constraints of society, is now a thing that it becomes your life. You get what I'm saying? It becomes your life. It consumes people every day. You see it. Like the what is it? L. I don't even know how to say it. LGBTQ community. with respect to those people who are the same as everybody else, but because they are living a certain lifestyle sexually, it becomes their whole existence. Like, when the natural order of life suggests man and woman, man, woman, man, woman, those who venture outside of that sexually, that's cool. But when it becomes lifestyle, that's the constraint. That's the constraint. When it becomes your lifestyle, you mean to tell me a whole, maybe to some people, an hour, 2 hours, some 10 minutes, some 2 minutes, some 1 minute, the sexual act controls your whole life. And these days, heterosexuals have to fight to you know what I'm saying, be seen as heterosexuals. That's just where we at. And like I said, that's no disrespect to the LGBTQ, because they was suffering for a while, mentally and physically. So for them to have those rights that they have now, it's cool. But it's to each his own. Like, seriously, it's to each his own. In a perfect world, all these things wouldn't constrain, but they do. Well, not me. I mean, I escaped all that shit. You know what I'm saying? I live superhumanly. This is June Heat, man. The 5 constraints of life. Heat TV. I'm just putting out videos at this point, man. I'm really, throwing it to the walls, whatever. Like, I appreciate anybody and everybody who views, and who gives a like, who subscribes, you know what I'm saying? But at this point, I'm not worried about gaining hundreds of thousands of views. I'm just putting my point of view out there. Maybe somebody can see it. Maybe they'll find it interesting. Maybe not. Maybe they want to debate it. Any way you want to take it. But, I do it just to get it off of my mind and put it out there in the atmosphere. Just for some people to think about, man. It may help somebody, may harm somebody. Hope it don't harm nobody. But, because it's only helped me. But, as I said, to each his own. Till next time, y'all be good, man.